Hello students, I am an aptitude trainer from the Department of Career Planning and Development, Chandigarh University. Today we are starting a topic that is cubes and dices. In the beginning of this topic, we just need to have the introduction about cubes, for which what we have the theoretical aspect. In this we need to understand the introduction of dices, that is the construction of boxes we have. There are different forms of boxes or the different forms by which we can form the boxes. Like if we cut a sheet like this, given in this figure, like we make a shape like this, we can say 1 lies opposite to 5, this thing we have, then 2 lies opposite to 4 like this, and 3 lies opposite to 6. These are the 6 faces of a cube. If we form a cube something like this. Now, the 6 faces of this cube goes somewhere like this, that is 1 and 5 opposite to each other, 2 and 4 opposite to each other, and 3 and 6 opposite to each other. The next we have the form second and third. Like if we cut a sheet like this, we can say 1 lies opposite to 6, 2 lies opposite to 4, and 3 lies opposite to 5. Whereas by the third form, if we cut a sheet like this, we can form a cube in which 1 lies opposite to 4, 2 lies opposite to 6, and 3 lies opposite to 5. The fourth form we have, if we cut a sheet like this, we can say 1 lies opposite to 4, 2 lies opposite to 5, and 3 lies opposite to 6. In the fifth form, if we cut a sheet something like that, we can say 1 lies opposite to 3, 2 lies opposite to 5, and 4 lies opposite to 6. In the fourth form, if we cut a sheet something like that, we can say will be the one of the face of the cube, it lies opposite to 3. Like what? In this, 2 is opposite to 4, 1 is opposite to 5, and this half part and this half part makes a part which is opposite to this 3. Mean these are the 4 quarters we have of the top if this 3 at the bottom. Now, whereas in the sixth form, if we cut a sheet something like that, that 1 is opposite to 5, 2 is opposite to 4, whereas the top part is cut it something like that, where we have this part as positive 1, this part as multiplicative 1, this part is equals to, where this part is minus 1. That means the top part, if 3 is at the bottom, this figure we have at the top. In the next 8th part what we have, if we cut a sheet something like that, we can say 1 is opposite to 3, 2 is opposite to 4, whereas there are 2 half sides. The first we have something like that, the minus and multiplication, whereas on the other side we have a sign like equals to and plus. In this way we have another figure. Now we have the concept of cube in another way, like if a cube is a three-dimensional figure that has having 8 corners, 6 surfaces and 12 edges. Now what does it mean? If I say 8 corners we have, we can say the first corner, second corner, third corner, fourth corner, fifth, sixth, seventh, and one we have behind that which is unseen. So in totality we have 8 corners of this cube. Now the second we have, it has 6 surfaces, that is the first surface, second surface, third surface, and we have 3 unseen surfaces of this cube. In totality we have these 6 surfaces. Then we have 12 edges. 12 edges means what? There is the first edge, second edge, third edge, fourth edge, fifth one, sixth one, seventh, eighth and ninth. Whereas the 3 edges we have unseen, which is just behind that the visible figure. We have 3 unseen edges. So now in this way we can say a cube is having 8 corners, 6 surfaces and 12 edges. Now after that what we need to understand, the concept of corner cubes. Corner cubes means what? In this 3-dimensional figure, all cubes which are of black color like this, this one and so on, consider as the corner cube. So 4 corner cubes we have on the upper portion of this cube, whereas 4 we have on the lower portion of this, that is one is unseen. So in totality we can say there are 8 corner cubes in this cube. Now we need to consider that the middle cube, this one, that is the green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and one we have, 2 we have as one we have unseen here. It means all green color cubes are middle cubes. Therefore we can say there are 4 green cubes on each part of this cube, whereas it is having 3 parts. So we can say 3 into 4, there are 12 middle cubes in this. Now we need to consider the central cube. On each surface there is a 1 central cube. As we have 6 surfaces, so we can say there are 1 into 6, 6 central cubes. Now if we count it in a total way, we can say there are 8 corner cubes, 12 middle cubes and 6 central cubes. In totality we have 26 cubes, which means nine cubes on each side. But as we have the cube in the form of 3 into 3, so 3 into 3 means 3 power 3, there should be 27 cubes in totality, but by this we have only 26. It means there is 1 cube which is at the core of this cube, that is core cube. Core cube is 1 in this case, mean the cube which we have at the center of this cube. Now, there is some important information regarding this cube, like if a cube is painted on all its surfaces with the same color and divided into smaller cubes of equal size, then after the separation the number of small cubes will obtain calculated as under. The number of smaller cubes we have with 3 surfaces painted is 8. That is considered as corner cubes. All corner cubes we may have as 3 painted surfaces. Next is number of smaller cubes with 2 surfaces painted. Whenever we need to find 2 surfaces painted cubes, this is the formula, that is n minus 2 into 12. That means what? That means we are considering the middle cubes. The middle cubes are the cubes having 2 surfaces painted. Then number of smaller cubes with 1 surface paint. 1 surface paint, that is n minus 2 square into 6. That is called the central cube. Central cube is called the cube is 1 surface painted. And the last but not the least is a very important one we have, the smaller cube with no surface painted, that is n minus 2 cube. This cube is considered as core cube. The core cube we have, that is considered as no surface painted cube in this question. Now, or in this question we have a variable like n. We need to understand what n we have as a, like the number of division on the surface of the bigger cube is considered as n. Like the length of the edge of a bigger cube is suppose 3 centimeter, whereas the length of the edge of the smaller cube is suppose 1 centimeter. So in simple word we can say n is equals to 3. In this way we can have the value of n, and by putting this value of n in different equation we can have the answer for different number of color surface painted cubes. Now we are having some examples to practice this concepts, like in this, choose the box that is similar to the box formed from the sheet given on the paper. Mean this sheet we are having, by using this sheet if we form any cube, which cube is this out of these 4 options? So here we have 1 blank, 2nd blank, 3rd blank and 4 blank figures. Out of these 4 blank figures, 3 figures can be adjacent to each other. So option number 3, that is the cube number 3 is definitely one of the 3 options. Now the next thing, as we have one of these 3 option is this, so 3rd cube is we have in the option, and there is option number C only that carries this option. So answer is option number C for this question. The next question we have, choose the box that is similar to the box formed by given the sheet of paper. Like if we have this sheet, what should be the answer for this question? As we say, 1 blank, 2nd blank, 3rd blank, 4 blank, again first cube is definitely is one of the option. So answer could not be option number B or D. We can eliminate that. Answer is one of these 2 options, like either answer A or C. But if we take the option number C as the right answer, then the problem we have, the cube must be like this, but we know that whenever these 2 things we have like this, mean this part of the cube and this part of the cube we have, then we know the vertex of the black part touches each other at the corner. But in this we don't have, because this part and this part we have opposite to each other. The figure should be like this one, where the vertex intersect at this point. So option is option number A, where cube 1 and 4 we have in the answer. The next one, the same, we need to calculate how many dots lies opposite to the face having 3 dots. Mean we just need to find the figure opposite to this one. So as per the question, we have the answer with 6, option number D, because in this type of sheets these two figures are opposite to each other. Next one, choose a box that is similar to the box formed by given the sheet of paper. Mean by using this sheet, what should be the answer of this question? Now we can understand, as we have 1 blank, 2 blank, 3 blank, and this is not the blank we have. So we can say these 3 cannot be adjacent to each other. It means we may have 2 blank parts with one of the circle. So definitely we can say the answer is carrying dice number 2 as one of the option. That is why we can say now the next question what we have, choose the box that is similar to the box formed by the given sheet. Like the sheet like this, what should be the answer? Now we know that the circle is having its adjacent with this shaded part, whereas this shaded part is opposite to another shaded part. So two shaded part cannot be with each other. So option number B, 4 cannot be one of the answer. So 4 we have in option number D, option number B, option number C. So A is the right answer for this question number 4. Now question number 5. In this question number 5, what we have, choose the box that is similar to the box formed by a given sheet like paper X. If we fold this sheet, we have a cube. What cube is like that? So now we need to understand that here this circle is adjacent to this, where we have white on the side of this circle. So one could be the answer. Another, this part is adjacent to the blank part, so this also could be the answer. 3, where a circle is adjacent to a blank and for this shaded part, so third could be the answer. And fourth is quite similar to the second one, so that could be the answer. So for this, answer is option number D, where all cubes are possible if we fold this sheet in different ways. Now the next what we have, again we need to do the same thing. Choose the box which is similar to the box given from the sheet of paper like this. Here we know that square is opposite to this, where half of the part is with line, half of the part with a circle. So that cannot be adjacent to each other, whereas square is adjacent to two blank part. So 4 could be the answer. And another one, square can be adjacent to this part and this part as well. So we can say C is also the option, whereas option 2 is not possible because these 3 blank part can never be adjacent to each other. They are not sharing a common edge. So 2 cannot be the answer. Hence we can say option D cannot be the answer. And 3 and 4, one of the answer is, so 3 and 4 we have in option number B. So B is the answer for this question. The next one, we need to do the same thing with paper X and choose the best answer for this. We know E is opposite to C. As E is opposite to C, so they cannot be together come. So answers of dice number C cannot be the answer. F and B are opposite to each other. As F and B are opposite to each other, so dice 1 cannot be the answer. The next, A and D are opposite to each other, as A and D are opposite to each other, so option 4 cannot be the answer. So the right answer is option number 2 for this question. The next we have, do the same thing with the sheet X and to know which cube is the right for this. As we know, plus is opposite to blank. Plus is opposite to blank. They cannot be with each other. So all can be the right answer by using this. Black dot is opposite to blank. Black dot is opposite to blank. So that cannot be with each other. But on the other side what we have? This diagonal cut part is opposite to this diamond part. So that cannot be with each other. So option 1 cannot be the right answer. Option 4 cannot be the right answer. Only 2 and 3 are left we have. Now we just need to check what we have as an opposite. We say these 3 can be with each other, but the thing is plus is covered with a black wall. As plus is covered with a black wall, so option 2 is the right answer. This cannot be because plus is not covered with this black wall from any of the side. So option 2 is the right for this question. The next what we have, choose the dot on the dice if the following figure. How many dice are contained on the face opposite to the dice face that contains 4 dots? Now we have 4 dots on this side, right? So answer are 2, 3 and 6. 2, 3 and 6 as we have. 4 we have on this side, 2 we have on this side. Now this, focus on this 5 part, that face carries 5 dots. Adjacent of 5 is our 4, 1 and this 2 we have. 1 is adjacent to 2 that cannot be opposite to each other, and a dice is having those parts which can be opposite to each other. So the right answer is option number 1, that is 2. Now for the next question what we have, 3 different positions of the dice are shown. How many dots lies opposite to the 2 dot figure? 2 dot figure we have here. Now the side opposite to this, option are 1, 3, 5 and 6. Now 6 cannot be the answer because that is adjacent to, that cannot be the answer. Now another one what we have, 1, 3 and 5. 1 we have here, that is adjacent to 3, but on the other side the adjacent part is 5, so there is nothing common. So we can say the adjacent part of 6, that can be 4, 2, 1 and 5. Now we need to understand which part we have as an opposite to 2. See, in this case we can say 5 is the right answer because 1 is clockwise direction of 5, and if we take 5 on this side, only the clockwise direction 1 we have at the bottom. So 5 we have over that side and 1 we have at the bottom. So 5 is opposite to the face that carries 2 dots. Option number C is the right one for this question. Now the next question what we have, in the next question 3 positions of a dice are given. Based on the find out which number found opposite to the number 2 in the given cube. Now what is opposite to 2? We need to find. So 1 cannot be the answer because that is adjacent to 2. Now 4 and 1, 4 and 1, that is also adjacent to figure 6. So we can say option A is the right answer for this question. A dice is thrown 4 times and its 4 digit different positions are shown below. Find the number which the face opposite to the face showing 2. Now what is opposite to 2? The adjacent of 2 is 3, 4 and 6. So 3, 4 and 6 cannot be the answer. Option number C, that is 5, is the right answer for this question. Next one. A dice is numbered from 1 to 6 in different ways. If 2 is opposite to 3 and adjacent to 4 and 6, now in this what we need to do? Just form any sort of sheet like the different forms we discussed before. As I said, in different ways. 2 is opposite to 3. Like suppose 2 we have here and 3 we have an opposite part. And if 2 is opposite to 3 and adjacent to 4 and 6, let's say 4 and 6, which of the following statement is necessarily true? Be true. 1 is opposite to 5. 1 is opposite to 5. We are left with only two things, that is 1 or 5. So that cannot be the answer. These are adjacent. 4 and 6 are to be opposite. Sorry, this cannot be. 4 is adjacent to 2 and 6. 4 is adjacent to 4 is adjacent to 2 and 6. So this is the right answer we have. Whereas 1 is adjacent to 2 and 3. This cannot be. So we can say only option C is the right answer for this question. The next is also very important and very interesting question we have. The cube has 6 different symbols drawn on the 6 different faces. The symbol are dot, circle, triangle, square, cross and arrow. 3 different positions of the cube shown as X, Y and Z. Which symbol is opposite to the arrow? We need to find that. Now, the edges of the arrow we have like cross and O, where the cross is shared its edges with 0, arrow, square and triangle. Now we just need to know that if we take 2 adjacent faces of cross like this and they are in the clockwise direction, whereas the clockwise direction is also like this for this cross. So now we can say square we have on this side and triangle we have on the opposite side. Now the question is, the side opposite to arrow is side carries triangle. Option B is the right answer for this question. The next question, given below the 3 figures, 3 different positions of a dice we have, find the number of dots face opposite to the face bearing 3 dots. Now 3 dots share its edges like 4 and 2, whereas 4 is adjacent side like 6. 6 is clockwise direction to 2, and in this case on the 4 clockwise direction we can have with 3 common. We can say 3 is sharing its in this way what we can do, 3 is having 2 faces like 2 and 4, and in this case 2 and 1. So 1 we have on this side, that is the unseen part. So what is it? Size opposite to 3. Size opposite to 3 cannot be 4. That cannot be 6 is the right answer. That is option number C is the right answer for this. Now for this question what we have, there are given below the 3 different positions of a dice. Find the number of dots face opposite to the face bearing 3 dots. Now we need to understand one thing. 3 is sharing its edges with 4 and 2. We can find the 2 having edges as per the third dice, 1 which having anti-clockwise side of 3. So 1 anti-clockwise side of 3, that is 1, it means 1 we have on this side. On the other hand, 4 is sharing its edges with 6 and 2, where 6 in the clockwise direction of 2, that means over that side. So here we have 6. So we can say 3 and 6 are opposite to each other. Option number C is the right for this. The next question, what will be the number at the bottom if 5 is at the top and the top position of the dice being as shown below? Basically we need to find the opposite to the 5 we have. Now in this case 2 is having its edge like 4, 1, 6 and 3. The unseen part is 5. It means 2 is having these 4 edges. It means the side opposite to 5 is 2. Option B is the right answer for this question. The next question we have, the total number of dots opposite to the face of a cubical box is always 7. Find the figure which is correct. Now what we need to understand, the total number of dots on opposite face of a cubical block is always 7. Mean if we say 2 having opposite, that is 5, we can say 2 and 5 opposite to each other, 6 and 1 opposite to each other, 3 and 4 opposite to each other. First cannot be the answer because 6 and 1 are adjacent to each other. In the next one, we can say 3 and 4. Option 3 cannot be the answer because 3 and 4 are adjacent to each other. That cannot be the answer. And here 5 and 2 are adjacent to each other. That cannot be the answer. So answer is only dice 2. That figure 2 is the right answer for this question. The next one. Two position of the blocks are given below. When one is at the top, which one of the digit we have at the bottom? So one is shared its edges with 2 and 5. So 2 cannot be the answer and 5 cannot be the answer. Whereas 2 is having 6 on its clockwise direction. That means on the other side we have 6. Whereas on this anti-clockwise side we have 3. That means on this anti-clockwise side we have 3. So right answer is option number B for this question, because this 3 is now opposite to 1. So friend, it is all about this cubes and dices. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Take care.